Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. Mikey was a little disappointed that he couldn't help me this morning on this video. He had to go to work. Darn, this work thing just interferes with activism. I haven't had a chance to do a video about this, but a couple of weeks ago, Alexander James did an article about Jehovah's Witnesses put a booklet up on their website that is called Jehovah's Witnesses Scripturally Based Position on Child Protection. And I didn't get a chance to do a video about that, and I'm going to put a link down below to her article, which is kind of like a rebuttal to Watchtower's booklet, which is great. I also want to thank Tracy very much this morning. Awesome. I tell you, I need all the help I can get. You know, there's just so much going on right now. My brain is Swiss cheese. But Tracy, awesome. I appreciate you helping so much. They sent me the link to this booklet also, which reminded me that AJ had done, this. So I'm going to put the link down below to the JW.org website so that you can get this booklet, download it, maybe show your family that this is on, their website. This is the official JW.org website. But I just wanted to mention just a few things that are interesting and some changes, from previous policies. Because, since the Elders Flock book was released on the Australian Royal Commission's website as part of their exhibits, everybody has a copy now. But on page 1, on item number 3, they finally admit that child abuse is a crime. And we recognize that the authorities are responsible for addressing such crimes. So at least they admit that the authorities are responsible for this. And like Tracy brought out, they're going through these things and they're basically admitting, yeah, we were wrong. This is how things should be done now. The elders do not shield any perpetrator of child abuse from the authorities. In all cases, victims and their parents have the right to report an accusation of child abuse to the authorities. But how many times have we heard that they say, but if you report it, you're bringing reproach on Jehovah's name. Sorry, guys, it's too late for that BS. Watchtower, these elders, they just can't use that anymore. Now, number 5, here on page 1, they finally admit that the elders are to call the branch first and consult with them to ensure compliance with child abuse reporting laws. Now, I know of 2 cases here in New Mexico where it is a mandatory reporting state where they did not, and they lost, and they just had to pay out. Even if the elders have no legal duty to report an accusation to the authorities, the branch office of Jehovah's Witnesses will instruct the elders to report the matter if a minor is still in danger of abuse or there is some other valid reason. So they're still going to decide. But what if they don't report it and this perpetrator goes to do this again to other children? Still makes you wonder. Okay, now going to page 2, number 8. I thought this was interesting. The elders strive to treat victims of child abuse with compassion, understanding, and kindness. No. From what we're hearing of some cases going on right now, the elders are trying to shut them down. They're not taking their phone calls. They're not wanting to meet with them. They're not wanting to do anything. So, question mark on that. So anyway, like I said, looks like it's only 3 pages, and I'm going to put the link down below, to all of this. And now to I was wrong. Okay, I don't mind admitting I was wrong. I mentioned in a video the other day that I could have sworn Jeffrey Jackson testified that they would, want to join this scheme, this redress with the Australian Royal Commission. I was kind of right, but I want to make a correction. He kind of dances around the commissioner's questions. And Tracy, thank you so much for letting me know where this was, because I spent, like I said, that time listening to part 1, and I could not find it in that, and I just haven't had time to go and listen to part 2 yet. So it is in part 2 of Jeffrey Jackson's testimony at about 30 minutes and 50 seconds. So thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you letting me know about that. Here's the clip.
Mr. Jackson, has the governing body considered apologising to survivors of child sexual abuse at the hands of elders within the organisation?
I haven't been in any discussions with regard to that.
Is that something that you foresee might happen? In other words, that an apology at least be considered?
The governing body has apologised on other matters, so for me to say I can't speak collectively for everybody, but we have apologised on things in the past in other areas, so it is perceivable.
And has the governing body considered the introduction of a scheme of paying compensation to people within the organisation who've suffered child sexual abuse at the hands of elders?
Well, let me say there are many schemes that we've had with regard to humanitarian areas where, like flood victims and so on. I know this is not related, I'm just explaining. The governing body is happy for our organisation to spend money helping persons. How much more so someone who has been traumatised or affected in a bad way.
Those are my questions for Mr. Jackson, Your Honour.
You know, I suspect, Mr. Jackson, that the Commission is considering a redress scheme for survivors. Are you aware of that?
I did hear it mentioned, Your Honour, but I have no idea of the details.
Well, one of the suggestions is that there should be a scheme, national or otherwise, in which all of the institutions in which people were abused come together and provide for an independent decision-making process which would enable a fair distribution of compensation for those who were abused. Do you understand?
I do understand, Your Honour.
Would the Jehovah's Witnesses in a joint scheme with other institutions where people were abused?
Your Honour, the answer is we need to see the details, but the possibility of us making sure help is given to those that have been victims, certainly that is a possibility.
Well, does that mean that the Jehovah's Witnesses would not, as a matter of principle, decline to join with other institutions in a coordinated redress scheme?
Your Honour, we would need to see that nothing was scripturally against us doing that, but there are many times when we have to deal with others with regard to financial matters. So per se, it's not something that is totally out of the option pool.
So you can see he's kind of dancing around, oh yeah, it's a possibility. Oh yeah, we would consider it. So, like we mentioned in our video last night, you know, they're basically damned if they do and damned if they don't. So, what better way? Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. Maybe Jehovah will come rescue them. Yeah, right. So anyway, I think that is about it for now. And thank you so much, everybody, for everything and helping me out. Like I said, I need all the help I can get. Just so much going on right now. It's hard for me to keep everything straight. Forget Post-it notes. I'm on legal pads now, making notes of things that I need to do, you know. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and you have a great day. Bye.